A member of the Metropolitan Police Department, 5th District, was flagged down in response to a 28-year-old who was identified as Daquan Dream Johnson, who was gunned down on the
Daquan
2000 block of Bennett Road Northeast. They found Johnson unconscious, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds, hit with a switch, so of course the victim emptied the clip.
Ooh! Yo! What's good, y'all? We are back with another video, man. Love, secrets, and hate. A transgender killed in Northeast D.C. by a DL man on camera. I don't know what this is, but hey, the Family TV gonna go ahead and break it down for us. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna get into the video.
Nobody wins when the family feels.
Police of the suspects in custody months after a transgender woman was murdered in Northeast D.C.
Like I didn't have nothing else to live for.
Shoot once. You emptied the clip because that's what they said.
Her life mattered to me and to everyone.
Have y'all ever seen some shit like this, bruh? What is this? Is that like... What is that?
She was loved.
I don't know.
She wasn't loved by the world. She was loved by us, and we accepted her for who she was. My baby back, but I am going to get justice for my child.
And always be true to yourself.
She? Wait! Is this him? Is this she?
To yourself, be who you are.
That's him?
Embrace it like she did.
It's 2025.
Nah. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Nah, I'm not falling for that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not falling. Nah, come on, chat. We gotta do better than
Start
that.
living in their truths. Imagine having a whole family at home, but local authorities where you from getting calls from anonymous people saying you've been talking to trans, and every time they make complaints about abuse, they disappear. But that's what we got here today. You ain't just inconvenience yourself, you inconvenience your wife or your baby mother, the one you live with. And on top of that, you potentially making your kids look wild. But that's what we got here today. Recently, a man was arrested in North Carolina for an incident that took place back in July 2025 in Washington, D.C., where a trans was gunned down by a man who was trying to talk to a trans, and then his homies called him out on it, and he decided to shoot him after an argument. But after going through his police report, authorities claim, man, they've been getting calls before this incident saying how we've been talking to people and they disappearing in the process. Now, this story is important because some people still feel like they need to throw their life away after what they allegedly do in the dock come to the light. It's 2025, man. It's best to be yourself. But today, we're going to lay out the timeline, see the patterns, and figure out where things stand today. Most importantly, we're going to pay our respects to the victim. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. On September 10th, 2025, a detective from Rowan County Sheriff's Office in North Carolina had contacted a detective who went by the name of Kennedy with D.C. Metro Police Department Homicide Unit. They was advised that Detective Kennedy was seeking assistance from the Rowan County Sheriff's Office to get a search warrant for a man that lived in a residence related to an ongoing homicide investigation. They said the incident took place on Saturday, July 5th, 2025 at around 12:40 a.m. A member of the Metropolitan Police Department, 5th District, was flagged down in response to a 28-year-old who was identified as Daquan Dream Johnson, who was gunned down on the
Daquan
2000 block of Bennett Road Northeast. They found Johnson unconscious, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds, hit with a switch, so of course the victim emptied the clip.
Ooh!
Transported to a local hospital, made the victim rest in peace and loving condolences to the family.
Nah, rest in peace for sure. That's definitely not how you... Gang, if you want to be... Bro, if you trying to... Bro, go do what you do. That's what I say. Do what you do, bro. That ain't got nothing to do with nobody else, gang. Crashing out. If you ain't want nobody to know, they know now, my nigga. So, I mean, let's think about it. You just made it worse, bro. You ain't want nobody to know. Now everybody know, gang. So, if anybody else is in this situation, bro, just do what you do, bro. Don't worry about what people think, gang.
At the time, the police department did not acknowledge Johnson's gender identity or list the incident as a suspected hate crime. But family members and longtime LGBTQ+ activists said they believe that's what provoked the attack. But according to this police report and his indictment, it might be a little more
Nah, this nigga look devious.
complex than that. Fam, you ever grew up and had somebody who would act the ass in front of somebody they supposed to not like, or they act like they so opposed to being around, to only find out that's something they really like. That's why they acting out. But that's pretty much what we got here today. Let me tell you how. First and foremost, the two people he was with had told on him. They didn't even get it. 2 days later, on July 7th,
nigga got on fake Jordans, man. This nigga he looked dirty. He just looked like a dirty, grimy ass nigga, man.
2025, Detective Kennedy was contacted by an individual known to law enforcement.
That shit bogus as hell.
Referred to as Tipster One, who provided information that came from an unidentified source. The unidentified source reported that
snitched on your
which
ass.
is the victim, was walking in the 2000 block of Bennett Road Northeast when S1, I'm assuming it's the suspect, said something to the decedent. The two of them began to argue, and S1 shot the decedent. S1 was described as a heavy-set, light complexion, black male with dreads. The unidentified source reported that S1 was with two other males with dreads, and they were wearing black. The next day, on July 8, 2025, Detective Kennedy received additional information from Tipster One that was provided through two anonymous
individuals. Dumb as hell.
The information stated S1 was observed crossing over 20th Street Northeast and walking back to the area behind the offense location. S1 was holding what appeared to be a cell phone in his right hand. At around 12:40 a.m., S1 entered a location in the rear of the 2000 block of Bennett Road Northeast. But then detectives had to ramp up their investigation because the following week on July 14, 2025, Detective Kennedy received a text message from an unknown number that stated, "The anonymous tip, I heard a guy named who they talking about, the suspect, who was previously locked up for killing a transgender on Eastern Avenue. He has relations with them, and when they threatened to expose him, somehow they all end up disappearing." So then the FBI stepped in. And on July 10, 2025, the FBI notified Detective Kennedy that the facial recognition software produced one likely candidate, Edgar Arrington. Date of birth, 11/20/1987.
They on his ass.
This is important because the FBI continued that the report of the likely candidate was being provided to be used as an investigative lead only, and that it should not be considered as a positive identification. The FBI provided two photographs below of Eager as the only likely candidate in the surveillance video stills from the evening of the homicide. And the reason they had his picture in the database is because on June 19, 2023, following a traffic stop, it was determined that he had an outstanding warrant from the Alexandria Police Department related to apparently failing to appear in a child support case. Authorities believe he had around 5 to 8 kids. Witness 5 mentioned when interviewed that it known S1 to be from Alexandria, Virginia. A review of a portion from the body-worn camera from the arrest on that June 19, 2023 arrest revealed tattooing on the defendant Arrington's left arm that was consistent with what can be observed on the surveillance video on the evening/morning of the homicide.
Wait, what does this say? Body type appearance, including his pronounced breast. So they said this nigga got titties, man. That's what they said, bro. They said, we know it was you, yo big fat goofy ass. We seen your titties, we seen your tattoo. Okay.
Observed on the surveillance video on the evening/morning of the homicide. Defendant Arrington body type and appearance, including his pronounced breast.
His titties. That nigga titties, bro.
With the videos depicted, except the defendant Arrington did not have twists in his hair in the 2023 arrest. And that was enough for authorities. By September 11, 2025, Arrington had an arrest warrant for his arrest. But the reason it took too long because at this point, he moved to Salisbury, North Carolina. And that's why the D.C. Police Department had called the Rowe County Sheriffs for an assistant in getting him arrested and extradited to D.C. And when they arrested him, he had another switch on him. And on September 15, 2020,
oh, your ass fried.
The news had made a report that an arrest was made for Dream.
His ass is...
Suspects in custody months after a transgender woman was murdered in Northeast D.C.
Tonight, her family is only speaking with our Sydney Persing. She joins us live from MPD headquarters with the very latest in this investigation. Sydney.
Well, Dream Johnson was shot and killed on Benning Road in the beginning of July. Every day since, her family has prayed police would find the person.
Dream Johnson? Nigga, that nigga's name was Devontae. Wasn't it Devontae or Daquan or some shit? Who the fuck is Dream? Who is Dream?
Now U.S. Marshals say that they have and that they found him in North Carolina. Dream Johnson was only 28 years old.
I don't know who the fuck a Dream Johnson is, gang.
July 5th.
I feel like I didn't have nothing else to live for.
For 3 months, Dream's mother,
That's fucked up, though,
has waited for word of an arrest. Thursday, it finally came.
But he's gonna get what's coming to him.
U.S. Marshals found and arrested a 38-year-old man, Edgar Arrington,
40 years old,
in North
bro.
Carolina. He's charged now with first-degree murder while armed, premeditated.
You ain't just shoot once. You empty the clip because that's what they said.
I mean, shit, you ain't got no choice. Once you put a button on that bitch, once you pull the trigger, you ain't got no choice. That whole shit getting let loose. But yeah, man, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, lock dude up, bro. You got all the transformers you need up in there, gang.
Dream's aunt, Vanna, said Dream was transgender. Investigators have not yet released a motive, but MPD told Fox 5 this case is not being investigated as a hate crime. Dream's family, though, still believes the shooting was likely motivated by her identity.
They lives matter too, you know, and my baby life, her life mattered to me and to everyone. She was loved. If she wasn't loved by the world, she was loved by us, and we accepted her for who she was.
Dream's family said if he's convicted, they'll advocate for Arrington to get a maximum life sentence.
I can't get my baby back, but I am going to get justice for my child.
And continue to share her story, which they...
That's him? Nigga, that's crazy. What the fuck happened? That's crazy.
believe sends a very clear message.
Always be true to yourself, stay to yourself, be who you are.
Bro, still ain't deserve
deserve
to go out like that, bro. Yeah.
Now, Dream's family says that Arrington's arraignment is expected for tomorrow in D.C. They said they'll make sure to be in the courtroom for that. It's also possible that's when we'll get new information. We should get our hands on court documents, which should include new information, possibly even how investigators tied Arrington to this case and how they tracked him to North Carolina. Jim, Angie.
As we wrap this video up, we do want to say rest in peace to the victim once again. A love and condolences to the family.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Feel free to be yourself, man. Whoever judging, look at them crazy. Nobody is better than the next person. Nobody should feel like they can't be themselves, so they gotta act gangster in front of their homies and kill a man. At the end of the day, a life is a life. This man who got, I'm assuming, 8 kids allegedly, is now allegedly fighting murder because he was being considered a trans bandit. Now, we don't know if
8 broken families.
Victims.
That's crazy,
They
man.
assuming it's a hate crime, but with the facts and what witnesses is describing, it seemed like this man got a history with trans. Allegedly. That's just the black and white. You can only imagine what they assuming. It's a very unfortunate situation. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe and sit in. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Yeah, bro. Alright, y'all. That's the end of that video, man. R.I.P. the Dream. I don't got no hatred, no feelings towards anybody that want to do whatever they want to do. Gay, straight, man, female, transgender, whichever. Ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. Y'all do what y'all do, but R.I.P. the Dream, gang. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. But I'm gonna catch y'all next video. We out.